Well, originally, peacekeeping forces were established to do just that, keep the peace after a ceasefire or resolution was established in international conflict. This was especially important during the Cold War, where a neutral party was necessary to avoid a small conflict sparking World War III. The first peacekeeping mission was in 1948, when the UN forces were sent to observe and oversee the armistice agreement following the Arab-Israeli War. This mission and others that soon followed involved primarily unarmed troops, so as to avoid the potential for hostilities. The first deployment of armed forces was during the Suez Crisis of 1956. UN peacekeepers helped US and Soviet troops force Israeli, French, and British invaders out of Egypt. It took until the 1960s, however, for the peacekeepers to take on the role of armed peace enforcers. While the UN was working in the Congo, a coup against the first democratically elected Congolese leader led to his assassination. In response, UN peacekeepers had to keep mercenaries out of the country by use of armed force. This was called the Blue Helmets' First War, named for the blue helmets peacekeepers wear. Peacekeepers are not simply an enforcement tool to implement the UN's wishes, but rather an impartial force designated to solve conflicts at the consent of all parties involved. Additionally, the United Nations doesn't recruit and train these forces on its own. Rather, UN member states from across the world contribute troops, police, and military experts. Bangladesh contributes more personnel than any other country, with roughly 8,500 total members. Ethiopia contributes roughly 1,000 more troops, but fewer personnel overall. India and Pakistan also provide nearly 8,000 members each. In fact, the majority of peacekeepers come from the developing world. By comparison, the United States provides only about 80 peacekeepers total. Many countries benefit from contributing peacekeepers, as troops are often better paid. Additionally, UN peacekeepers are in a considerably safer position than most regular military personnel.